Son-in-law was outside having a cigarette. Meanwhile, the stove in the kitchen was left unattended. This led to an explosion inside. All the materials and products inside were instantly destroyed in the fire. While Sarah was rushing to make her hair growth cream, Annie was outside her house handing out flyers. When she saw Sarah approaching, she pretended to praise her for being so strong, saying she could act like nothing happened even after her house burned down. When Sarah realized Annie was trying to steal her clients with a free hair treatment promotion, she didn't get angry. Instead, she calmly said, "All these years, you've been targeting me, even following me across cities. Don't think this kind of bullying will scare me."
In fact, take a seat, because I'm about to replace all this with a factory and leave you in the dust.
A few days later, Sarah found a factory she liked. Her husband used his connections to invite 7 investors. After giving a brief pitch and promising a 20% return, she claimed it would be a history-making opportunity. But the investors weren't impressed. They felt that without a big name to back it, and with it being a women's product, it was basically gambling with a large sum of money. They all thought it was too rushed. One by one, they left. After everyone had gone, Sarah suddenly noticed a poster on the opposite wall. It featured a famous business figure. She learned that a business summit featuring him would be held in town in a few days. Sarah spent $10,000 pulling strings to get a ticket. Her lawyer also suggested a backup plan in case this one failed. One of the investors from yesterday had actually expressed interest, but when Sarah went to meet him, she returned looking disheveled and shaken. Her father-in-law ran into her at the door and asked what happened. It turned out the man wanted sexual favors in exchange for his investment. Thankfully, she had brought something with her that allowed her to fend him off. Sarah didn't know how to tell her husband. Her father-in-law advised her to keep quiet. After all, telling him wouldn't do anyone any good. At tomorrow's summit, she wanted to make something happen. Inviting the ladies to get their hair done in the morning was just her first step to getting their help. Then she spoke to the very issues they all struggled with. She said they were all highly educated, accomplished women. Some were even smarter than their husbands, yet stayed out of the spotlight.
Why hide back here? Go out there where the action is.
We live in a man's world.
So I understand y'all's hesitations. Fear harm from our own husbands. But now that I've finally learned to tell my story, I can't be silent anymore.
While the meeting was still underway, Sarah ignored her husband's attempts to stop her and walked straight to the stage. After introducing herself, she asked if they would be willing to vouch for her. Then she stepped up to the podium again. She said the factory she planned to open would bring opportunities to all black people, especially the well-educated ladies in the room. If their husbands didn't oppose it, it could make their families even happier. But right now, their talents were going to waste.
Female enterprise is good for us all. It's the way of the future. This is how you can truly uplift the race.
Her speech won most of the room's agreement and applause, but the chairwoman quickly pulled her backstage. She said what Sarah had just done was the perfect example of what not to do. If women started making more money than men, who would keep the household running?
It's not a competition. We all need to be lifted, sir.
The Negro man needs to be lifted first. Right? You ladies need to be kept in your place.
The chairwoman's stance meant Sarah had just lost her support. All her previous effort and hope were dismissed in an instant. For a moment, she truly didn't know how she could keep going. The two of them got into an argument over this. Her husband felt she should be satisfied with what they already had. He couldn't understand why she wanted to mortgage their house to start a factory. Sarah said she had never forgotten her original dream, but now it wasn't just about making hair growth cream anymore. It was about helping more people change outdated beliefs and mindsets. When the lawyer showed up with a document, her husband realized she had already signed a lease for the factory.
That's my house. What I say goes. What I say!
Just then, a group of ladies came to see her. They brought a box full of money. They said it was an advance payment for future orders. They also wished her success in building the factory. This large sum of money was the result of all her earlier hard work. It also meant Sarah had the chance to start her business again. But the lawyer noticed something else. Some people seemed even happier than Sarah herself. But this was only a small part of Annie's bigger plan. She had gone to great lengths to take down her competitor. Since she couldn't compete on product reputation, she arranged for a beautiful woman to steal Sarah's husband's heart. On another front, with the right amount of money, even Sarah's own son-in-law would steal her product formula. In just a few months, Sarah had gotten the hair cream factory running smoothly. Then Annie lured away 5 of her top salespeople with high commissions. Sarah was so busy chasing business deals that she had no idea. She didn't find out until the lawyer told her 5 people had left. She stopped what she was doing and decided to win them back. But the result was the last thing she expected. When she went to see one of the agents, the woman said it wasn't a good time. When Sarah tried to go inside to talk, she saw her own husband there, half-dressed. Her husband quickly explained, saying he had spent the whole morning trying to convince the agent to come back. The moment those words left his mouth, even he probably didn't believe them.
All morning. What happened to your shoes, CJ? Huh? What happened to your shoes?
It's business, Sarah. Trying to get to the States.